I'm so excited to bring this next comic up to the stage. You've seen him on Comedy Central from Atlanta, Georgia. Please welcome David Perdue.
What up? How's everybody doing? Nashville. I came here from Atlanta to see people. Yeah, I told, I have a dumb friend. Anybody have a dumb friend? Like they're dumb, but they have to be your friend because they've been your friend since like third grade. And they like know your mom's middle name, but you can't get rid of them because you're tight. Like my dumb friend said this, I told him I was performing in Nashville. And he very sincerely was just like, Nashville, you perform in front of like a lot of white people, huh? I was like, I don't know, man, sometimes. And he was like, how do you make white people laugh? Like it's some kind of Mission Impossible code that I crack every time I go on stage. So I told him the truth, man. I said, man, it's real easy for me to get white people to laugh. What I like to do before I go on stage is just tickle each and every one of them. And I was like, it works every time. He was like, word? I was like, oh, you so stupid? How you so stupid? A good-looking crowd. You like the right type of crowd to ask this question. Is it weird that like when I get in an Uber and my Uber driver is like black, I always sit in the front seat? But like when he's white, I sit in the back seat to live out my grandfather's wildest dreams. Is that weird? That's not weird, is it? This is something fun I like to do from time to time. That's not weird? No. Speaking of my grandfather, he's my favorite person in the world. I love my grandfather. I recently just turned 96 years old. Yeah, oh. You guys like old things. That's what's up. 96 years old. He's my favorite person in the world. Baddest man I ever met in my life. 96 years old. Still does everything. Like when I say he's the baddest man, I mean like he has a garden that he tends to every year. You know what I mean? Tomatoes, cucumber, squash, all that. He regularly, every Tuesday, he goes to the Walmart, as he calls it, the Walmart, to quote, look at the big-legged girls. He still does that. That's a thing. It's a terrible thing that he does. Don't laugh at that. That's disgusting behavior that he tells. I've seen it in action. It's terrible. My granddad one time, I went to the Walmart with him on a Tuesday, and it was a young lady just stocking the shelf, just doing her job, just doing her job, putting up candy in the candy aisle. My nasty old granddad comes up behind, says, I got that candy if you want it, baby. No! No! You don't get to say that to people. You don't get arrested. Get out of here. I love him though, 96 years old, man. He still does everything. He can still do everything. It's incredible. The only thing I found out that my 96-year-old grandfather cannot do is die. Cannot die. And let me be very clear. I don't want him to be dead. I hope he lives for 96 more years. But have you ever met somebody that should be dead? Like they should be dead, but they just won't do it? Here's what I mean. My grandfather's 96 years old. He's been drinking moonshine since he was 7 years old. Yeah. Not only is he drinking moonshine, he used to run moonshine. That's how he paid for mom to go to college. Like, this is how much he's in moonshine. You know that show on TV where moonshiners do illegal stuff all the time and never get arrested? Yeah, he watches that and it's not like, oh, that's cool. He's just like, oh, they ain't doing that right. Like, he watches it differently. He's been chewing tobacco his whole life. I recently found out that my 96-year-old grandfather has a bullet in his left knee from a duel. I don't think I heard me in the back. I said a duel. Do you know what a duel is? If you don't know what a duel is, it is when two people are handed guns and they say, look, at the end of this argument, one of us is gonna be dead. That means every Thanksgiving and Christmas, my granddad's like, hey, can you pass me the cornbread? I gotta pass the cornbread to a known murderer, because that is how duels work. And then on Christmas, he got the nerve to be like, I can't believe you got me socks again for Christmas. I can't believe you was out here murdering people. You don't get to be picky about your socks. Get out of here. I'll arrest your old hell. You know what I'm saying? I do love him, though. I like watching him experience new things. He's 96 years old. The whole world's brand new to him, right? Like the other day, he calls me every day at exactly 11:14 a.m. How do I know that time? Because that is the first commercial in whatever judge show he's watching at the time. So I can bet on it, right? He calls me every day, and the other day he called me and he was like, what you up to, grandson? And I was like, oh, I'm just making a smoothie real quick. He's 96 years old. He don't know what that is. He was like, smoothie? What the hell is a smoothie? I said, I got you, granddad. A smoothie is when you take fruits and vegetables and juices and then you put it into a blender. And he was like, what the hell is a blender? Never heard of a blender. I said, granted, I got you. A blender is a machine that takes those fruits and vegetables juices, mixes them up, and then people take those contents and put them in bottles and walk around and make themselves feel better than everybody else. That's what a smoothie is, right? And what he said next is why you got to keep older people in your life because they got wisdom. He just goes, well, why the hell you don't just eat the fruits and vegetables? Guys, did you know you didn't have to put them in the blender? Did you know this? Now, I'm the weirdo walking down the street with a strawberry and a banana in my hand, and people are like, hey, put that in the blender. I'm like, nah, baby, this is the future. You better get with it. Everybody gonna be eating like this.